Welcome to Black Love Matters, where this serves a therapy session for figuring out adulthood,
loving each other,
and find our inner Brock and Michelle.
Or Jay-Z and Beyonce, or we're going to go with Chancellor Jonathan Bennett. I can't get, y'all, this is the second time I'm trying to say this boy name. Chancellor Jonathan Bennett. And her name is Kristen Katrina Corley. That's a lot of C's and K's. Y'all know who that is, right? That's Chance the Rapper and his longtime girlfriend, Kristen. He actually, y'all been dragging him. Y'all been y'all divided on this. So y'all know on the 4th of July he got on one knee and proposed to her. But that's not it. He did it at the cookout in the backyard with no shirt on while he was cooking a hot sausage. And a lot of you bitches couldn't handle it.
What?
And I'm on the fence, right? Because one part of me is like, black love is black love. Get it how you live. If it felt right in that moment, that felt genuine to y'all as a couple. But on the flip side, I was like, damn, nigga, you couldn't even get the smoke up out your clothes.
No, love is love,
You couldn't
baby.
even. No, but this was planned. He just don't walk around with a pair of hoop shorts and a Cartier ring in his pocket. So something in his head was like, oh, this gonna be hot fire. She ain't never gonna see this coming. But shout out to they love, and I don't know. I'm split on it. What do you think about that, Nero?
Shout out to you, bruh.
No, of course I'm happy for them. Black love, right? Black love, many years of love and support and all that stuff. But just
sometimes I'm not even here for the pomp and circumstance.
I mean, we're not talking about a wedding. We're talking about the actual proposal. I think it depends. I didn't see it all. I think we seen the part was like, make me a man and be my wife or something. I guess maybe what he said, that would have the impact on it, right? Maybe, if it was one of them old school, if you gonna be my woman type shit, I don't know or Carrie and Big, y'all know I love Sex in the City. So Big asked Carrie, like, oh, do you want to be married? And she's like, I didn't know we can be married. He was like, if marriage makes you happy, sure, let's get married. And she's like, oh, okay, we get married? Like that type of fuck dialogue?
Why does it matter?
That's a fucked up dialogue.
Why does it matter?
You don't think that dialogue was fucked up? No, it needs to be a little bit more than that. It needs to be a little more thoughtful. It needs to be a little bit more intentional.
Says who?
The divorce rate.
That's what I'm saying.
That's who says.
Shit.
That's
it's
the divorce rate in America.
50-50 toss anyway. So why the fuck even put any thought in it?
The divorce rate in America. That's who says it needs to be more thoughtful.
No. I'm at the barbecue and I got a 50-50 chance regardless if I do something thoughtful or not. Well, shit. Let me put down this smoked sausage, baby. You want to get married?
And y'all don't understand. Chance the Rapper was looking like your cousin who just, I don't know, came up to the city from the South, no shirt on, hoop shorts on. I mean, look, she looked happy. He looked happy, so I'm happy. But I'm divided. It really depends on the day, what day you ask me, what side of the fence I fall on.
Baby, now you know you like a good barbecue too.
I love a good barbecue. I don't know if that's where I want to be proposed at. That sounds like something my father would love.
You gonna do it at the barbecue? Cool.
I'm gonna get these ribs, get these fillets. It's a special occasion.
I'm gonna get baby back so they don't cook too long. Oh my god. Ain't gonna do spare ribs, gonna do baby backs.
Baby, they cook quick. Oh my goodness. Well, anyway, I'm just talking. I'm just bringing dialogue to the family. Y'all let us know what y'all think. Y'all want to be proposed to at the rotisserie, or it's just up to you. And I don't think it's fact that it's at the barbecue. I think that's out the context. I really think it's a thoughtfulness in what you did, right? So, like I said, we don't know the whole conversation. We don't know the whole setup. It could have been something different. So, at this point, I'm saying it's okay if he proposed to her over the charcoal barbecue pit.
If the divorce rate is 50-50, it don't matter if
you
niggas
took that out of
thoughtful.
context. I'm saying that niggas need to think a little bit harder before they start proposing to bitches and just not doing it at happy hour.
Or maybe more niggas did it at happy hour instead of doing these extravagant ass.
What is it called?
Extravagant ass.
No, you said extravagant.
Extravagant ass displays.
Nero, why you hating?
I ain't hating. I'm just saying.
What's wrong with a nigga flying you across the country? What's wrong with that?
Because of the divorce rate.
Nero's hating nigga.
Nobody hating.
Who is you?
I'm Nero,
hating nigga.
AKA the hating ass nigga.
I'm Nyambi.
She the AKA hating ass woman.
Come on. Oh, be careful.
And this is episode 159. I'm still kind of sick. Be sure to leave a 5-star rate and review on Apple Podcasts and on Stitcher. And follow us at all forms of social media on Black Love Matters. That's Black with no K. Let's get through this podcast before my health to start to deteriorate.
that cancer. Did y'all see that Instagram meme of cancers? Like it was literally a crab going across the ocean, and like it was like on National Geographic. It was like when crabs are done working, they would literally remove their own claws. And it was like this crab going across the beach, and he like removed his own claws. And the caption was like how cancers cut people off from their life. Got your old claw off, nigga? Is that serious?
Yes.
That's how y'all be. What's my check-in, y'all? So did y'all see these 7 students in Detroit that filed a class action lawsuit because they receiving a bullshit as education?
What school is this at?
All of them. So 7 students in Detroit have filed a lawsuit because they said the education is trash. It's the case Gary B. versus Snyder. It's attempting to cite that the Constitution to give them the argument the weight that it deserves, and rightly so. The 7 students are filing a lawsuit that are barely receiving an education because the quality is low. A little funding isn't making it any better. I'm trying to see if they say where these schools at. Basically, they're saying they don't get the necessary skills to function. So, like reading, writing, the basic attendance to it. Mm-hmm. It looks like it's heading to like an appeals court or something because I don't know if it necessarily passed. What do you think about that? I'm not a DPS graduate.
Well,
but I have heard some stories. But the thing is, I heard some DPS folks do amazing things, but I haven't heard folks really from DPS do something since 2009. So I'm not sure between 2009 and now. I don't know what y'all get.
I would have to agree. If you're not an athlete, you ain't getting
with the lawsuit?
Yeah.
Really?
Because the only thing with the athletes, you know these bum-ass niggas ain't in class. But they got perfect scores on fucking ACTs and shit. Oh. What's my take?
Oh, what? Oh, y'all got a whole thing going.
It's a scandal going on. Oh, I know. There's some niggas I know damn well they ain't passed no damn SAT or got a 2.5 GPA.
Come on. What's going on with DPS? You would think it'd actually be decent because niggas ain't in school like they used to be, so that class size should be a little smaller.
No.
But I don't know how the teachers are. Like, I don't know what grade of teachers y'all got at DPS. Is folks working in DPS?
We got to think about this. Ain't nobody really in Detroit. Tax dollars are low because ain't nobody paying taxes. The governor don't give a shit. Mm-hmm. Just like they didn't give a shit about Flint. Yeah, they ain't getting no education. That's crazy. And the only way you can barely get an education if you at King or Cass.
That's what I said when we graduated in the early 2000s. What would again, I repeat, I'm not a DPS graduate. But what were the schools that were decent? Cass Tech, King, Renaissance.
Martin Luther King, and Renaissance.
And that's it. And did you have to test into those?
Yeah. Well, when we got into high school, yeah, you had to test into those.
What is the fucking test? How are you able to do that in the public? Well, I guess they do that type of stuff in New York too.
It was like a standard access.
Really? Mm-hmm. Interesting. There's no way you can just be grandfathered into those schools?
Nope.
Oh, so every person there had to take a test to get in?
At a certain point, I don't know what it is now, but I know when I was going to high school, like in middle school, you had to take the test. Like every, I think it was like your like 8th grade year, like when you was in 8th grade, like everybody, they called it the King test.
What?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Take the King test to see if you can get into King, Cass, or Renaissance.
Yeah. Did you?
No.
Oh. Well, look at us now. Because there's a lot of niggas who went there still at home with their mom. No.
Can't we believe we made it?
This is why we grateful. Fast like my Jeep.
Have you ever seen a podcast go ape shit?
Fast like my Jeep.
Come on.
I ain't got a Lambo. I wish it was fast like my Tesla. Come on. Get a black Tesla and call it Desi.
Jesus.
But that's sad though, and I hope they go somewhere with this lawsuit. And more so, in addition to getting them coins, I hope it's some type of state statute to get these schools in order, right? Like basic stuff. Like, and I'm taking this lawsuit as like learning to read and write.
Right.
And like basic math skills that you have to establish, like you said, in elementary and middle school to then set you up for success, right? Because you can't get to high school and be like, oh, well, she ain't teaching me algebra. Well, bitch, you ain't never learned how to add.
But that's the thing, though.
I can't teach you algebra if you know how to add.
But they don't give a fuck. They just move students along, though.
Yeah. We was just watching this show. That's another thing that brought me joy. Y'all remember the 6 Little McGee's that used to be on? The young black couple who had 6 kids. Well, I was surfing around TV. They done came back. What their kids about? What, 6, 5 or 6?
6.
So I was watching it because I get a trip out of them, especially the mama, daddy, and then that grandma's hilarious. But what came up, and they kind of glided by this. I wanted them to unpack that a little bit more. They was telling that the children might have to repeat kindergarten. And they went to a white school, and I was like, oh, fuck. I immediately got defensive.
Miami. Who the fuck repeats kindergarten?
I was like, what the fuck? And I mean, that's even Niram had to bring Brett down to earth. And what was you telling me, Niram? That because they were born so early, too.
Yeah. I'm saying, they was born, they was born super early. Like, they was premature, like 26 weeks, at whatever age, they was 26 weeks when they came out. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I said it, and then next thing you know, the student, not the student, but the teacher said it too. Cause like if they was born when they sort of been born, they wouldn't even be in preschool right now.
Yeah, that's true.
They'll still have another year. So yeah, even though they came out early, they still mentally need to develop. So yes, they need to stay their ass there another year in kindergarten.
And I think that's something very black of us. It was like, we ain't holding our kids back. We moving forward. Where and there's probably a lot of y'all listening probably should have got held back at kindergarten too.
Exactly.
Nero?
I know some people. What?
Oh.
Yo, shady. Yo, shady.
Did you say what?
What? No, but I do know some people that's like, I'm trying to get my kids in school so they won't get held back.
Well, you be like, child, you would establish a firm foundation now. Because I remember working at higher ed. Don't bring that crazy ass to me at 18.
Right.
Oh, my God.
And one of the things I'll be telling them, I'll say, what's the difference? Because when you get to college, it don't make a difference anyway.
Yeah, no, it don't make a difference.
Whether they graduate high school 17 or 18.
No, it don't matter.
It don't matter.
In that age range, yeah. It don't matter. I agree. But I don't know. That was just something I had to check my own biases when I was watching that. So my first instinct was like, no, bitch.
Because Nyambi, white bitch holding up the black kids. Don't want them to move on. I said, Nyambi, look at these kids.
And I had to
look at their behavior.
Yeah, and they was a little extra. They can go for another year. 2 years. No, let me stop. I love the McGee's. Next. Oh, y'all, I'm envious. That Essence Fest look lit. Y'all know Essence always falls on Niram's birthday. So for us to go to Essence, it's gonna have to be a part of his birthday. Like I never could just go with my girlfriends, right?
Nope.
Because it's Niram's birthday, and Niram's a Cancer. And although he'll tell me to go and enjoy myself, he'll send sad text messages and pictures from wherever he is because him and his male friends or any of his other friends not gonna do anything. But it looked hype.
First of all, that statement ain't with you because you only have friends.
I don't.
So,
I mean, I got some friends I can gather up. I can corral some bitches together to go to this concert.
I don't even know who the hell you gonna even go with.
Oh, I can corral some hoes.
So that's the first statement.
I can corral some up. It's like it's cattle. Come on, hoes. Come on. Gather some friends. Come on. We doing this weekend. Please, I got enough friends with kids who just looking for a rhyme and a reason to get the fuck out. Look, what's your day? This is them. I'm ready. And they love their babies, but they be like, what's your day? Where are we headed? But I don't know. Like, Niram, we got to get to 2 things. I want to get to Essence. But I asked to get to New Orleans too. So I want to go to New Orleans like an off season. I think like an early December or something, just to experience New Orleans, because something about New Orleans just draws me to it. Like the energy, the blackness, the people, the culture, the food, the energy of New Orleans just draws me in. The times I went there, I've always had a good time in New Orleans. So I think I just want to go there and really like an Airbnb it. In like a December. So I don't want to do it during Essence where it's packed and overpriced, right? But I want to do it and just Airbnb it, stay in someone's like vacation home, right? You know what I'm saying? Like rent a car. Like I want to really go through and like go to some of the museums. Like I really want to do that type of stuff. But I got to get to Essence now. When we gonna do Essence? Are we ever gonna do Essence?
Yes, because this is one of my birthday goals.
You do, but the thing is, a lot. There you go, Niram. I seen a lot of chatter on the internet where they were saying where all these niggas come from at Essence. King ain't the Source King ain't sponsoring no festival. No.
First of all, I don't even know if these niggas even put out paper magazines anymore.
But you know, I almost was shady. Essence though, I ain't picked up an Essence in about 2 years. So we going on the this is the Lord trying to get me to clean it up. Never mind. Back to the Essence Fest. We ain't gonna talk about the magazine. But they could go for a facelift. Ooh, that's the devil done took my thoughts. But it just want me to focus on that magazine, and I'm not. But I do want to go to Essence because it started as like a girl trip thing, right? Like that's what it's supposed to be, like to reevaluate, like to rejuvenate yourself. And it was never like as big as it was when it first started, but it's huge now. But I also think girls trip like got a lot of bitches excited too. So I might need to wait a couple years so it can die down a little bit more.
Yeah,
Because I know it's packed and overpriced and Jesus, but I do want to be there. Like I need to go see, and I don't even that hype on the main stage. Like I want to go see the Fantasias. I want to go see the Clark sisters. I want to go see the little separate sound stages, and go to like the area, like the convention center and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited. So you do want to go there?
Yes, I do want to go.
Oh, that's there you go. It reminded me because what I was hearing from some of the my friends who went, it was like it's a whole lot of niggas here, and what y'all niggas is doing is going there on a prowl. But with the girls, it was something on Instagram. They said, I don't know why y'all niggas here. Ain't nobody invited you. We didn't come all the way to New Orleans looking for a nigga with a Baltimore accent. We looking for a Gulf Coast accent. We looking for Ralph Angel. And here come you niggas from Detroit, Baltimore, New York, and Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico?
Come on. Come on. Trying to get a Dominican. Not a black. Trying to get got. But did any of y'all go to Essence? How was Essence? Essence has been on my heart because we were supposed to go 2 years ago, but it was your birthday near, so we went to Vegas. Mm-hmm. This year we went to Disney. Next year we doing it.
Yeah.
Or the year after. You sure?
Next year, let's do it.
We do, but you know, Essence, you gotta what?
Well, we got a year.
You know, Nyambi. Right, you know, to be on Nyambi, I need to book Essence in like January, February.
We need to book it right now.
Who you tell? Jesus, them hotel rooms. I know they was crazy, but you know, I got a little blessing when it comes to hotels, hookups. So hopefully, I can utilize that. Do you think it should just be a me and you thing or a family thing?
Well, you know,
I don't know, friend thing, because I don't know if all our friends would like it. Like all our friends is either it's on two sides of the spectrum, so they old and grumpy, or like I don't think they would connect to it. Like I think they almost. Not too young to connect, but I don't think it would just connect.
I know. I can think of one person that B would go.
Who?
B.
I don't even know who you're talking about.
My childhood friend.
Oh yeah, that'd be a good one.
She'd go
because you know the only reason I say all my friends is cool, right? I can travel all of them, but Essence is a different beast because you literally outside.
And you can't travel with everybody either.
All day. Different types of travel, different type of people, right? I feel like it's certain friends that you travel to 5-star resorts and you just lay on the beach and everyone can rotate putting a credit card at night. Right. There's certain friends you can travel to festivals with. Like there's certain friends you can travel like with. It's certain people because that's just their energy, right? I'm sure I'm not everybody's cup of tea traveling either because I'm bougie.
Very bougie.
And I'm not.
Incidentally.
What was the last thing y'all cussed me out about being bougie about? Oh, Jesus be an Uber. What?
Yes.
You can tell that story now.
Oh, Nyambi ass, bougie ass.
What?
Your parents came up in Tamandine, took our ass out to San Francisco.
Who's at Oakland?
And we was riding all types of public transportation. And Nyambi, Jesus, be a left, be a left. You know what? I'll just pay for an Uber or a Lyft to take everybody. We ain't got to get back on this bus. I don't want to do no more buses, trains, or planes.
Shut up.
My job paid me enough to get a lift.
You know, I started doing that. I forgot. I don't know if it was me and Nia or me and Nadifa. We started doing our worth, right? So if we if our jobs pays this, our hourly rate is at our job, right? Then of course we worth more than that. How much are you willing to invest in yourself hourly? And that Uber was cheaper than that, so I could do that. So it's that idea that time is money.
Oh, steady ass.
What? So Essence, I do want to go to Essence, but even not even with friends. I think I mentally got to be prepared to go to Essence. Because that's the other thing. Like I can't get the finest of everything because the celebrities there. Help me out poor.
Exactly.
Right? At least you go at least off season. You can get a nice suite. Get a nice pool. You know what I'm saying? You can go to the spa. The spa is booked up, right? Meanwhile, you bitches is 4-door room. Like after 25, I couldn't. Like, you know what tainted me on this? Because there's nothing wrong with that, right? This is my own biases. You know what tainted me with having a lot of people in the hotel room? My sorority. Jesus. It was like 3 years straight. And every time we went to go to conference, and we were like 11 deep on my line. And not all of us went, but at least be 5 or 6. And we never could get more than one room. Like,
why is it 11 y'all hoes in one room?
Jesus. And we always planned ahead to be like, no, we're getting like 3 or 4 rooms. And like people were assigned the rooms, like, okay, you put it on your credit card and you give so and so the money. But it always ended like the room I was in or the worst few people were in was like, oh, well, we only got this room. And they're not gonna do. We both say, nah, bitch, no room here.
Right.
That's sisterly. So honestly, it ain't no wrong with sharing rooms with your girlfriends. But I think I just done got tainted from my sorority. Because it was like, do you remember that, Near? Like,
yes, because you always called me. I put my credit card down and I'm sleeping on the couch.
because they got the nerve to come out of the room and lay in the bed.
These bitches drunk.
They got the nerve to come lay across the bed talking about just get in. Bitch, where?
Talking about I got a headache. The world's spinning. And these hoes gonna lay in my bed. Bitch, it's my credit card down.
And then, you try to push them out the bed, but it ain't no room.
One of these hoes got the nerve to throw up. That's not pretty at all.
And then don't talk about the bathroom. You got to make an appointment to get to the bathroom. So I think it's just, I think that whole sorority experience is like, whenever I go somewhere with a hotel, I get my own room. All right, Nero. Lastly, Amazon Prime.
Prime Day?
I love Prime Day. We actually need to get some stuff off Prime. Like, we moved out here. We need like a vacuum.
Mm-hmm.
A trash can.
Yep.
Towels. I'm obsessed with all white towels now. I used to say that like for family or like people come visit.
Mm-hmm. But since
and that's only super like special friends. Like if you're my real friend, I'm like, here, this brown towel, honey. Good luck. It's clean. It smells clean. But I'm back on my all white towels click. I'm back on my white towels and white sheets kick. And I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
And I'm debating if I'm just going to buy all like white towels and white linen. Mm-hmm. What do you think about that, Nirams?
I'm down with it. Remind me of a hotel. It also remind me of when I'm at Nia house.
Well, oh my God.
Okay,
Nia do that though.
Nia be doing that shit too.
Because and it's easier because at first I thought it would be like hard to wash, right? Because if I do makeup but it's not. You just throw that stuff in the washer, put it on a heavy cycle, add a little bleach, and you golden.
And when they get dingy, you throw them bitches out.
That's when it's time to go, right? Because it's harder to tell with color clothes, and that's why folks. Never mind. But anyway, I'm excited about Amazon Prime. I'm excited about Amazon Prime Day. So hopefully they got some deals on it. I don't know why I get lit about Amazon Prime Day. I always buy like one thing. I don't even buy that much on Amazon.
I know, right? We need to create a wish list.
But oh my God, no, we don't here. I want, because the things I want are nothing to benefit the podcast. Like I need some vitamin C serum for my face because I'm getting some hyperpigmentation on my cheeks. So I need that vitamin C to lighten it on up.
We need to do a housewarming wish list.
For an apartment?
Yeah.
No, sir. That is against
apartment
the
warming.
Handbook. I wish somebody would say
a
that.
Black Love Matters apartment
warming. Po nigga things. All right, that's all I got, Nirams.
So who the fuck is this Supreme Court Justice that 45 just nominated? What his name is? Kavanaugh?
What?
Shit.
I don't know nothing about him.
Brett Kavanaugh.
I don't know anything about this.
I don't know either. Democrats, where y'all at? Y'all niggas should be fighting.
Yeah, they need to do exactly what they did when they did to Obama, and he was trying to get that second Supreme Court justice in.
But the thing is, we ain't got enough people anyway. It didn't matter.
Did the Republicans have enough people?
Yes.
Oh my God! Like they just be coming out the fucking woodwork.
Republicans have been leading the House and Senate since Obama.
I was gonna say since I've been born.
No.
So, wait a minute.
So I don't know what y'all niggas got to do to fight. I ain't been watching CNN to figure it out.
I had to take a mental break. I can't even lie, y'all. I can't even watch it this week. Maybe next week.
It was one day.
I can watch the news and give y'all an update on the politics, but I can't.
So it was one day. Me and Naomi was putting together some notes for the podcast, and Naomi was like, "You can go see if you want some stuff." And then I was looking at my traditional sources. And I was like, damn, bad news.
Yeah. Bad
news. I said, fuck this. No, we're going to keep this episode light. She's like, see?
Yep.
I looked at 2 stories and I was like, I can't do this shit.
It was too much. And I know we got to come back to reality, but I'll do that next week. Because the government got a lot of fuck shit going on.
Yeah,
What's
they do.
new though, right?
Yeah. So, you know.
So we got to talk about the Supreme Court justice
Mm-hmm.
and what else is going on.
I don't know, just 45 shit.
Yeah, it's a
Shit
lot of
going on.
Yeah.
You know, the World Cup going on. We ain't talk about
the
that.
World Cup.
Well, a lot of people talk about the World Cup.
Do you niggas really know what's happening?
It's
No.
a lot going on.
I mean, do you even understand? I don't. Maybe I'm naive. I'm trying to come to my ownership. I don't understand. So it's soccer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's the best soccer team in the world, and it's done every 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But you gotta.
Look, I'm American. We're not good at soccer, so we're not interested.
You're not interesting, but it's worldwide. Like, this is like one of the most popular sports, one of the most watched sports. You know, they're talking about how much productivity decreased during the time of the World Cup.
I'll give you an example. During my meeting, my lead pushed back our staff meeting 45 minutes.
What?
So she can watch the World Cup. And this meant cool. And not saying not like pulling me aside like, child, I ain't nothing wrong with me. I just need a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Like, send it out to the staff. If anybody would like to watch it with me,
Mm-hmm.
feel free. But we going to start in 45 minutes. Be blessed.
To watch the World Cup.
Be blessed.
But also, like, the corruptness that go along with it, like how.
Oh, it's corrupt.
Yes. So you even think about, like, it's in Russia this year. So you got to talk about how, like, Russia paid its way to get there, like, bullied its way to get the World Cup there because, like, everybody's been shunning Russia and shit like that.
That's what I'm saying. Who voted to get it there?
So there's a lot of other, like, scandal politics that's into it that a lot of people don't necessarily notice, but it's under the table.
Has the World Cup ever been in America?
Yeah.
When?
I think
Where did I miss that?
it's actually supposed to come to America the next go around.
What state? What state would he? Well, I guess we got states big enough, but where? Oh, I guess like how we do the Olympics. That's how you would do it.
Mm-hmm.
Where was the Olympics? The Olympics only been in Atlanta, right?
I don't know.
I think
Don't
it's
quote
only
me on that.
been in Atlanta. In the recent, right? Since it's been so big, right?
Don't quote me on that.
Not since it's began ever, but I'm talking about since it's been at this magnitude.
Mm-hmm.
What's it called? Like technological?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? The word,
Yeah.
this industrial
Advancements.
boom, right?
Yeah.
Pre that it might have been here, but it wasn't as big, right? But it's so big now. What you looking at?
I was trying to figure out when when World Cup was coming to the USA. I think it's coming next year. I don't know where
Next year, in 4 years.
No, like the next time around.
So was it 2022?
Yep.
That's scary to even say them damn words.
I know, right?
2022.
Yeah.
That don't even sound real.
Mm-hmm.
What year was I born?
19 what?
80 something.
So look, United States bid 2022 FIFA World Cup bid.
Did we win it? I feel like the last 6 years, no, maybe 8 years is when I've even heard of this.
Mm-hmm.
But I was black, so maybe I just didn't know.
Yeah.
All right, now you don't gotta look it up.
You're not cultured.
Yeah, I'm not.
So it's a couple places. They was thinking Seattle. They thinking Boston,
Boston,
New York, Baltimore,
New York.
Miami,
Yeah, why don't they take it to Baltimore?
Los Angeles.
Somewhere with some space, right?
Yeah. So like,
Or why not Texas? We got some states with a lot of fucking room.
mm-hmm. So they got a lot of stuff. So they was thinking about the Rose Bowl in Pasadena.
Yeah, that'll
hold almost close to 100,000 people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You need somewhere where you can do at least 100,000 or more. And I don't know a lot of stadiums that can do 100,000 or more.
Yeah.
Oh, that's probably gonna get it. LA probably gonna get it then.
Yeah. So they go nuts.
Oh, that's by us.
You gonna go?
I'll be in the area.
Oh.
I don't know if it's a goal to get in the stadium, but I can be amongst it. Does America make it to the World Cup?
This year? No. American team suck in the
Hold
World
on,
Cup.
we didn't even get there?
No.
I thought everybody get to play.
No, America got knocked out like way long ago.
All right, I'm sorry, I'm distracted. Go ahead, Nirams.
I'm distracted too. Just some notes. I know last episode I was kind of out of it. I'm still kind of out of it, but just talking about like goals and just moving forward with life, man. Like now's the time to do it big. Mm-hmm. We preach it. We talk about it all the time. Like the time is now. Like I looked up and I'm a year older than when I started this motherfucking podcast.
Uh-oh.
So that means I'm a year closer to the grave. So
Oh my God.
what? It's the real shit though. It's the. I don't know why y'all niggas act like y'all niggas ain't about to die. We need to stop looking at time as a cyclical
infinite.
thing, and look at it as infinite, and start looking at shit as a what's that sand shit that be falling?
Yeah.
What's that?
I know what you're talking about. The clock.
The clock with the sands falling.
Yeah, I know.
Shit, my sands are falling. Shit. And we can't get those sands back, so you need to start doing shit you like to do. And if you in a miserable ass situation, now it's time to get the fuck out of it.
Get out.
Get the fuck out. You know, you in a relationship you don't like, get the fuck out. You got a job you don't like, get the fuck out. You got a car you don't like,
come on.
Shit.
Bye, Jeep.
Get rid of that motherfucker.
Ooh, it's on the way.
You got friends who ain't doing good, get rid of motherfuckers.
Get rid of them.
Like now is this time to like just treat yourself better.
Yes.
And want better for yourself and stop letting the life happen to you and make life happen.
Hey.
And so
Well, say that word.
that's my word. Do it big, niggas.
Yeah.
Stop thinking this shit is a cyclical. This ain't the motherfucking sands are falling.
Yeah, you ain't gonna get it back.
And you ain't getting that shit back. Unless your ass got a Michael Jackson hyperbolic chamber or something like that.
Come on, Niram. There you go.
Other than that, thanks for everybody sending support prayers and things of that sort. Third eye openings for interviews. I done made it to the next level, y'all.
Y'all just keep waiting for total praise. Boom, boom, Lord. How'd it feel, Niram? How'd it feel?
It feel good. So the first interview that I was talking about a while ago, I done made it to the second level. And during that time, another place then called me and interviewed me, and I'm waiting on them to let me know if I done made it to the second level with them too.
Another interview begets what?
Another interview.
It takes a job to get a job. I shouldn't say that. It's easier to get a job when you got a job. One interview begets another interview.
Get another one.
I don't know why that is, but it works.
It just works that way, and it's I think it's momentum. It's the word I'm looking for. And building that, it takes so long to like build momentum.
Yes.
Like to get a boulder moving, but once you get that motherfucking moving, it's hard to get it stopping. And I think that's what's going on right now. Like I'm on a roll. I'm doing 5-10 jobs a day, applying to these bitches. I'm hitting up people on LinkedIn.
Getting in your groove, getting more confident.
I'm getting in the group, yeah.
Knowing what to say,
practicing interviewing questions and shit like that. It's a wrap.
What's been your favorite interview question, or most one that stand out to you?
I think one of the ones that is very simple though, like the one that's like, tell me about yourself and how your resume or like how your previous experience relate to this job. Oh,
that's basic.
It is basic, but I feel like if you can knock that question out the park,
it starts you off on a good,
It starts you off with, that's usually like the first question.
They know if they take you to the next level.
Like based off that first question. And I feel like it's a simple question, but if you don't craft it well, you can fuck it all up.
It can be trash.
It can be trash because somebody be like, well, I like birds and I like long walks on the beach and I'm a Leo and
I do say some of that sometimes.
And I like butterflies. And it's like, oh, so you ain't gonna tell me nothing about your career experience and none of
without
your education and nothing like that?
Without regurgitating your resume?
You can see my resume. Okay. No, nigga. They want you to tell that shit so you can flaunt. So I feel like
tell a story.
Crafting that and like being able to tell a compelling story to get that interview off on the hitch is good. And if you can do that, like I think that's a good signal that you'll move on to the next one. Because, I got my own little things in there, but like, hey, I'm new to the Bay Area. They're like, oh, so I add little stuff in there. They're like, oh, you new to the Bay? Well, welcome. Where you come from? And it's all this like conversation stuff that these little nuggets that start conversation that'll knock down barriers to the interview. Because one of the other things that you want to knock down their guard. So I'm like, I had a good time talking to them. And it's like, I spent so much time getting to know this person that I didn't even get to ask them whether or not they was qualified for this damn job.
Exactly.
I like that. Let's bring them on to the next.
Let's ask them some more questions.
Exactly.
Compared to, I don't know. This is, no.
So I think, while it's simple, like a lot of people can fuck it up. Yeah. And I think that's one of the things that I've been like practicing, like crafting that story especially with these past interviews, especially when I'm sick. Like my last one, like y'all think I sound bad now. I was so bad, like I was coughing and shit, and I told her like, look, like I'm sorry, I'm dealing with some sickness. Like I know that y'all time schedule was kind of jacked up, so I'm just gonna try to do it. And like every 3 or 4 words, I was just coughing, and I'm like, I got tea here. I'm trying to work through it. Just bear with me. And then, you know, the question I always like to ask at the end when they're like, well, you got any questions? My last question is like, you know, is there anything or any concerns you have with my previous experience or on my resume that may have concerns that may prevent me from going to the next level? Or is there anything I need to clarify? Because, you know, I asked that because maybe there is something I need to clarify. But if it ain't, well, why the fuck I ain't go to the next level then?
Yeah, that's true.
So if I ain't got to clarify nothing to you, and I'm giving you the chance to ask me any questions so I can clarify it, and you say no, don't need to be clarified, well, I'm expecting to go to the next level then, huh?
Oh, Jesus.
Am I right or am I wrong?
I guess. Yes. Interviewing is a science. I think that's the biggest thing. I think that's the biggest type of kitchen table talk that a lot of folks don't tell us first gen, us brown folks, maybe our lower social economic, or folks who are transitioning from family from blue collar jobs to white collar jobs. There is a science and a art to it, right? It's a mixture of it. There are certain answers that they're looking for, and they're looking at boxes to check. And if you don't hit that, it's a wrap.
Another resource that I found, it's called mockquestions.com. I think you pay like $12 or $15 and you get to have it for like 3 months or so. But there's a bunch of like different types of questions and like what they're looking for and things of that sort. Like, yeah, you can find like a bunch of resources on like a bunch of free resources that can do the same thing. But what I like about it is that, you know, everything's all in this one spot. So I don't have to go spending a lot of time Googling, you know, different questions and things of that sort. Like most of the questions are there.
Yeah, you can spend your interview processing and flexing out your questions instead of doing the research.
Right, because I feel like that's one of the things that you spend a lot of time on, especially in the job market, is trying to figure out, all right, what questions they're going to ask and like how do I answer these and, you know, am I missing questions? Whereas this one, they lay it down and they break it out in like different subsets. So like telephone questions. So these are the top 23 or 25. Phone screen questions they're going to ask you. Behavior questions, you know, questions about competency or leadership or managing style or problem solving. Like it has all that stuff. And it, you know, I would say about 80% of the questions have like how to answer this question type of thing and give you examples of like what they've written out by their like not marketing, but like interview professionals.
Nice. All righty. Anything else for your check-in there?
No, that's it.
All right. Pillow talk.
Go ahead.
What we got? What's our first thing we're talking about? Stranger Fruit, Miriam. It's you. You watched.
You watched it too.
I had to walk away and make some breakfast.
Lies. You watched it.
I don't know.
So Stranger Fruit was the Mike Brown documentary. And this one really like hit me because like when Mike Brown died, you know, I can look in the mirror and say, damn, like that nigga look like me. I'm a big nigga, you know, I have this big ass stature and like I can be in that same situation and some motherfuckers might, you know, try to kill me and cover up some shit too. Yeah. So it really just, it really showed like how fucked up the justice system are. Like we already know this shit, but also like the blatant cover up, right? Yeah. So, and how the powers to be always are crafting a narrative that's for the benefit of them and are like suppressing stuff. So, you know, they went about and talked about how there was like seven eyewitnesses to like the whole story of like Mike Brown getting killed, and they all corroborated with each other. Yep. And they didn't even interview not a single one of them during the grand jury. Nope.
Because what's the point? And
the one they did interview, they knew he was lying, and they knew his ass wasn't there.
Yeah. It was emotionally draining, right? It makes you have less and less faith in the justice system. And it also shows just how we as a community really have to tighten up ranks, too. Like, we really have to tighten up ranks and be consistent and persistent in the face of this.
Yeah, and like even to the point like they had his ass out there on that hot ass ground for like 4 hours, and his ass didn't even get put in the ambulance. They put his ass in the back of an SUV.
Yeah.
The fuck shit is that? What
Like,
type
the
of humanity is
disrespect.
that?
Yeah, the disrespect.
Meanwhile, these motherfuckers killing dogs and shit.
Come on.
The policeman that shot the dog and shit, his ass and went to jail for police
And the owner got $1 million settlement. It's just what's that. It made me just feel for his family, his mother, everything. Like, it makes you think, like, white people really don't see this.
Man, these colonizers treat dogs better than they treat black
Yeah,
people.
like they really don't see the hurt and harm that they're doing. Like, they don't see this. Like I said, we got to take in ranks, y'all. We got to be the police. This is the only way. I don't have much to say. You know that. I barely want to watch it.
Is there anything that stood out to you during the whole documentary?
I think it was kind of that continuous cover up. Like, in the explicit, and even how the media, right? I hate when Donald Trump is like fake news. Yeah, this was some fake news shit on just how the media can say what the fuck they want to say and run with it with no consequences.
Right.
Or no, pulling back, we didn't mean, or no clarification, right?
Right.
That it's so rogue that it's scary. And I think before it wasn't as a big deal, right? Because folks were able to get multiple media outlets, right? So they had the news, if they had cable, newspaper, a variety of journalists, right? And it was kind of the average, the law of averages. Somebody would get it decent, right? But now with social media and how quickly news travel, and it's about who has it first and not necessarily right. That just completely flips the story, because they show clips for many journalists who explicitly just lied. And I don't know if they did it intentionally or they didn't know for whatever reason. That does sway people, right? I assume they tell the juries and folks who are doing this not to look at television or any type of media. Well, how is that possible in this time? That's not it's impossible now. This ain't the 70s, the 60s, 50s. It ain't just about turning off the TV and not looking at the newspaper. It's everywhere.
Right.
Its influence is every single place. So,
Like, yeah, even there, but I even think about the initial press conference where the police chief, before he even talked about how the situation with Mike Brown being shot, they wanted to show this whole unrelated videotape of him in that grocery store. Like, what the fuck they got to do with anything?
Yeah, the story in time. So the best way to make this person look bad is to paint them as a horrible person. Period. So you make them as a big, horrible, scary person that looks like they deserve what they got, or the police officer fought for. Like, this is the same narrative they've been doing since the beginning of time.
Yeah.
Same narrative they've been doing since sharecropping, honey. Did we talk about that documentary that we seen? Where
can't
folks
remember.
were enslaved still into the 1960s, y'all. Did we talk about that shit?
I can't remember, baby.
If not, we're going to re-talk about it. Well, we found this article. Maybe you link it, Niram. Niram, I always tell Niram to link shit, and he don't.
Well, I don't know why you just don't do it then.
I don't. Okay. He's doing it, knowing he got this shit on lock. Well, it was this. It was on Vice, I think, but it was this black lady who's a slavery historian, and she was found this one family after she was given a talk, came up to her and was like, "Well, I have an aunt and uncle who was held as slaves until 1960." What the fuck? And was it in Mississippi or something?
Yeah.
They basically were sharecroppers to this family, and they lived on this like plantation with the family in the backwoods, and like they would try to leave and run away, literally like slaves, and the white people would go and get them and bring them back. And to the point where like one of the men ran away so much they like hung him and castrated him. And when they interviewed them, they asked them like, "Did you know that people," like they didn't know people were free. Like it was no kidnap, held hostage. They thought they were slaves, and they didn't think they were free yet.
No.
And it was, what did the guy say? It wasn't until like he asked them like, "Did you always knew we were free?" He was like, "Yeah, I never knew we were free, but I figured something was
like
going
I
on."
heard about black people marching somewhere.
Yeah, he was like, "I heard about black people marching, and I always wondered what that was about." He was talking about the civil rights movement. Like, could you imagine? It was absolutely devastating, Nero.
It was.
Right? Did you watch it? What you thought about it?
I'm sad. You know, a little tear came out.
It
but,
was
you
a
know,
tear because this man, because they're talking to the man who was enslaved.
yeah.
So no education, no experience outside of this plantation, nothing. Oh my God. Until 1960.
Shit is crazy.
Ain't it crazy? And that's why I tie all this shit in together. Like, what's wrong with white people? But then there was another group of white people like, oh, we treat folks like family. Ain't fucking family. This is sharecropping. You all right now?
Yeah.
Did you want to talk any more about your hustling soul? I don't know if you did a service or not. My mother loves the show and said you need to do a better service.
Oh, yeah. What your mama say?
She love it. She don't watch the whole 2 seasons.
What?
Well, she did it before we was on to it. Because I remember she was trying to tell us about a show. She ain't know the name of it.
Uh-huh.
This was the show.
Oh.
I was like, I don't think that was a summary you gave us.
It's a good ass show, y'all.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's like Black Ink meets Sweet Pies. It's all ratchet. This nigga fucking everybody. Mm-hmm. And they got 3 stars on Yelp.
Did you say they got 3? Because you know what Shady Nyambi do.
Go look them up on Yelp.
They got 3 stars because that food is expensive.
Because, you know, I'm going to be in New York for the marathon. And then
you gonna go?
Like, I think I think I'm going to go. And she's like, well, look at the reviews.
Yeah.
She's like, I ain't going there. 3 stars.
Switch.
She said, I can't go there. $11 for macaroni and cheese.
$11 for macaroni and cheese and 3 stars. For what? The next thing they going to tell me is they got a B rating for the health board. I don't go to restaurants with B ratings on health boards. All restaurants have to have A's. Ain't going to get me no botulism. Ain't going to kill me. Oh, my goodness, Nero. You want to talk a little about acrimony before we get in our question of the night? Or can you
Yeah,
talk?
you can go ahead and start that.
Okay, acrimony, y'all. Why didn't y'all tell us about this sooner? I remember I wanted to see it, and by the time I get around to seeing it, it wasn't playing at the theaters no more because you know it was in white-ass New England. They only played black movies for 1 week. Mm-hmm. When I tell you, I know a lot of y'all drugged Taraji for being in this movie because she only said it. I don't know if Tyler Perry and Taraji should have shared it. Only took 8 days to make it. Mm-hmm. They probably should have kept that to themselves. But if you can look past the green screens in the rapid pace ending, it was a beautiful cult classic. Would you say it is a classic? If you go rent Acrimony, you're going to be yelling at the TV. It's like a high budget Lifetime movie, but with black people. It's good. So it starts off with Taraji in a relationship with this guy, and then like they're college sweethearts, and her mother passes away, so she gets the house and this nice piece of money, and then the guy, you know, he's that red riches story, so don't got much, just trying to barely make things add up while he's in undergrad. Something happens, he don't got no job, so she end up paying for his undergraduate degree, buying him a car, he move in, and her sisters are like, hey, this nigga playing you, wake the fuck up. And Taraji, no, he loved me. But then she, well, ticky ticky boom boom, we talking about all in undergrad still, y'all, so babies in their 20s. He mess around on her because he live in the little trailer house by himself, and she go run the trailer over. This is when I knew the movie was getting good. And she loses her fucking mind. She got some type of anger problem. She ticky too. So I like how this movie addressed mental health too, because us women, we be, you know, man, he was dirty, right? But I don't know if that dirtiness was equivalent to that response. Sometimes you just have to walk away and say, leave me alone. Not necessarily run over his trailer. Fast forward, 20 years, Nero? Mm-hmm. And they're together. But the thing is, I shouldn't oversee. So she paid for him to get out of undergrad and all that stuff. And he's like an engineer. And there's like this venture capitalist company. And he's working to say, I just want to sell this idea of this self-recharging battery to them. And once we do it, we're going to make big. It's going to be amazing. And, you know, hell, he's selling so good. I'm like, yeah, let's do this. Mm-hmm. Fast forward 20 years later, he's still trying to sell it to the agency. To the point where he's been sending a letter, like, was it once a week for like 20 years? And you fast forward to seeing Taraji being looking old, working 3 jobs, back breaking, and he's still on the back porch tinkering on shit. All this time, ain't never got no real job. You know, this little tinkering shit. Mm-hmm. And it finally reached the point where they don't talk to each other no more. They don't really say nothing. And like all throughout the movie, it's like her bank account balance is going down till they finally hit the red. It was like negative money. And that's when they fall out from there. But what else do I say from there? Like, after that, she like reaches this tipping point with him because like he meets someone from that company, he gets the chance. What ultimately starts happening is that his product does get picked up. But while this is all happening, Taraji like find this woman envelope and like wallet in his car, and he didn't mess around or nothing. But you know, she loses her mind. She flashed back and she done lost. I think at the end of the day, what it said, she was negative $2.3 million
Right.
from this nigga, and she divorces him. But like 3 weeks later, he hit it big with this battery, and he's worth billions, billions. Like he hit Facebook, Google type money, and just hits it big. And he came back to her and was like, you know, because he was trying to get her back before he figured out he was worth billions. And she's like, no, I just want a divorce. I'm done. Be about your business. And once he hit big, he came back to her job and was like, you know, I just want to say I'm sorry and I love you. And he actually wrote her a check for $10 million. Because in this process, she done lost her mama house. She done lost everything, right? She gave everything to this man. And she was like, thank you. Then she started doing some research and was like, wait a minute, he done fucking made it. And then she went to her sister's house because her sisters was like, he ain't shit. He ain't been shit. He ain't never gonna be shit. Because, you know, the sisters tried to loan him some money too, but he fucked around and fucked the sister business up too. And of course, when he got his money, he paid them back too. And so then Taraji go back to her sisters like, you stupid bitches. He done made it big and I ain't gonna get none of this money. I shouldn't have listened to y'all. I should have stayed true to his dream. Let me go run over there. So Taraji going over there, with a pair of panties and a trench coat and be like, oh, I'm here, daddy. And then she opened the door and that bitch there. And he be like, I don't love you no more. I'm going to be with this woman. And then from there, Taraji started losing her fucking mind. She started stalking him. She started, you know, being evil and all this other stuff. And then she going to go to court and be like, I want half of his shit. And the judge, a white man, ma'am, what makes you think you deserve half of his stuff? And she said, fuck. The drawers he got on, everything he fucking got on, I did. If it weren't for me, he wouldn't even have a fucking degree to be able to do this. You know, on and on and on.
Right.
And he was like, well, ma'am, you're divorced and you got divorced before he got this. And it looks like he gave you $10 million after. All set. So she was done. But since she kept coming after them, like they had to go to court and file a restraining order against him. And the judge like mandated her to go to therapy. And that's where the opening scene is at, where she had a therapist. And she was like, so tell me, how are you today? She said, I want to talk about this bullshit. Like she was in the therapy, like, you don't fucking understand. And she's basically telling this whole story from therapy. And towards the end, you know, she go after him. She ended up killing folks. Did he live?
I don't know.
I don't remember. Like people dying on a boat. Like it was a dramatic scene, but I thought it was entertaining. I thought it was a lot of themes in there I want to unpack. Before I start unpacking the themes now, what is your just gut reaction to the movie? And did I miss anything?
First of all, where the hell they get these big ass GRE words from?
Yeah, it was. I can't even remember the other words. It was like acrimony and some other thing. It was basically all the emotion she was going through. Mm-hmm. So it was like joy. That was like an easy word, right? But it'd be like acrimony, or it'd be like a sense of dread or a sense of resentment. Instead of saying those words, they were the bigger versions of it.
Right, big ass GRE words.
Yeah, obsession. Like, you know, that's not one, but I'm trying to think. It's like around that area, like obsession, delirium. Basically, it was going through the phases she was going through mentally.
Yeah. It was a good movie. I felt like it could have been more.
It could have been. It should be a fucking series, or it should be like a 2-night event.
Yes, I do think that. I think, you know, with Tyler, it could have been a little bit better. Like, could we not have as many green screens, my brother? It
was a lot of green screens, and I wanted us to unpack that ending a little more, because I understood. I'm sorry, what sis meant, right? So I get that, right? You invest. It gave me very much Ring the Alarm, Beyonce. It basically was Ring the Alarm, the movie form. Ring the alarm. I've been through this too long. I'll be damned if I see another bitch on your arm. Tell me, how should I feel when I know I did not? When my female intuition telling me you a dog. All of that. You don't have nothing else to reflect on that as a man. Well, how about I get to the shit to unpack? So what about this thing of her? Did you think she ride and died for him? Like, how much do you give to a nigga? Like, how much do you have to give to a nigga for him to figure out his shit? And when do you put your dream not cancel it, but when do you just readjust your lens to be like, all right, I'm not saying give up your dream, but you do have a family and you have to provide for your family. So instead of spending 80% on your dream, you need to shift that to about 20-30% on your dream. Why is that a hard concept?
Remember Atlanta, where that black girl went on when she saw her that white man at that Drake party. I think it was that Drake party. And she's like, I spent 8 years of him going through community theater.
Yeah.
He's like, bitch, I ain't got time for that. I'm a black woman, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I felt like that was a black woman response of trying to go through his 8 years of community theater.
But it was like 15 years.
It was a lot. But, it's also like, when you believe in something so much, like sometimes you gotta be willing to give it all up.
Yeah, and that's what I was conflicted about, right? So is it the fact that is it something that he's so committed about this dream and this passion that his wife is willing to ride with him on this journey? And is it because of outside influences it was seen as such a negative? I would love for this to be like The Affair. I don't know if y'all seen The Affair on Showtime. It's amazing. Mm-hmm. But they tell the same story, but from two different perspectives. Mm-hmm. So I would love to see this story from his perspective. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, I think that would have been a hot fire version to kind of flip it a little bit. Like, even at the end, if they did like a quick 5-minute recap of all those years.
Yeah.
Because we seen it from her eyes, right? When she got her sisters in her ear and this nigga ain't doing shit and he ain't about shit. And then later it came out that the sister husbands ain't doing shit either.
No.
Well, on paper they look good, right? And they're going to jobs, but they got other babies, other places. Like, it was like, that's what it conflicted me at the end and say, oh, were we just trying to use westernized standards or trying to keep up with the Joneses, that the idea is that the husband should be providing?
But aren't we always trying to keep up with the Joneses?
I guess.
When are we not trying to keep up with the Joneses?
Yeah.
That's my thing.
Yeah.
In this culture.
Yeah.
So.
And it should have been more of, not that he hated her or she hated him. They just needed more physical training.
Yeah.
Right. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, to say, well, you can't spend it all on this.
Right.
No more. But still, you can tinker, you can do whatever you need to do, but this is the budget. Mm-hmm. Right? Like, that's what I think conflicted me the most.
Yeah, I definitely get that because, like, since I am a serial hobbyist and, there's a lot of things that I believe in, like, but, there's a point that, to a point, like, shit, lights still got to stay on, food, roof got to be over our head, food got to be on, like, the necessities. All right, we might not be able to go on vacation because I'm spending my vacation money on my dreams, but shit, we at least gonna have the bare minimum.
Yeah, and I think that was my thing. I was like, dang, could that be like a night? I'm like, I was trying to see our relationship in it because I definitely was the one that was more career focused and necessarily didn't have like a side dream or entrepreneurship thing. It was more a traditional thought. It was just like, how does that play into it, right?
Right.
And if the roles were reversed, would this even be called acrimony instead of everyday life? Mm-hmm. If the guy just went to work and the woman was like a stay-at-home mommy blogger.
Right. So that's the thing.
What's the difference, right? Like, what is the difference? Or YouTuber, what is the difference?
Exactly. And like, and I think it's really all about a frame of mind because like, I always think like for me, like I work so I can fund my addictions to hobbying or, and doing other shit I want to do.
Yeah.
Versus I know for Nyambi, she worked because she wanted to build a living and, travel and have some shit for the future.
Yeah.
But for me, it's all about my hustles.
Yeah. It was just, I don't know. I didn't even realize that till I unpacked it towards the end. They'd be like, oh, yeah, there's some other shit at play. It also goes to accountability. And this is a conversation I've been having a lot of my times with my girlfriends to say, okay, if you with this nigga and this is what he do, it's not about what other people think or what should be done. It's what you're willing to do.
Right.
So if you want to take care of him, and I as a black woman, when we say take care of a man, that'd be the worst thing, right? Because I don't believe in taking care of a man. But if that's what you want to do, if you financially want to provide for this man and that is the agreement and you're completely aware of what he has to bring and what you have to bring, that's okay. I don't think folks say that enough. But I think you have to be present and own that. Don't then play this cute role at home and then when you come in public, play like this victim. Own it.
Right.
Own it. If you be like, yeah, his D game strong. Mm-hmm. I like him to sit at home and tinker. I don't mind making the money and providing.
Yeah.
It is completely okay. But I think the breakdown happens because you don't hear many people, women, I'm calling us on the bat for this, who are willing to say that.
Yeah, stand in your own shit.
You need to stand in your own shit and not care what other folks say. Because there's plenty of women who are financially secure and can do that.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes I'm the same ones that like, he ain't doing shit. Well, do he have to?
Hell no.
So I think that's a separate conversation in our Black love community to say, are we willing to even do that? Men do it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
They'll go straight up to women, you don't have to work because I make it. I make the money.
Mm-hmm. And they be like, okay.
You don't hear many women be like, oh, you don't have to work, honey. And knowing this, a lot of these niggas ain't working.
Right.
So again, I think it's a different list because imagine if Taraji owned it. And I'm not saying that was her case, right? She might have not. My agreement might have been for him to go back to work in a month and it's 18 years later, right? But I'm saying, imagine if it was something different. And she was like, yeah, that's just what he does. And once he make it big, we gon' da-da-da-da. Like, we dealing with a whole different movie.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though. Like, everybody thinks they're going to make it big, though.
Yeah. When do you, then it goes back to my original question. When do you ride and die versus ride and survive?
Right. So I think that's the thing. Like, everybody thinks they're going to make it big. Everybody thinks that, their idea is the next big thing. But you just don't know until you don't.
Yeah.
And sometimes maybe it is that you just need that extra persistence and to go a little bit further and you need to hit rock bottom to get there. And that's directly what he had to do.
Yeah. That's what he had to do to survive. Right. I'm trying to think now, can we talk about mental health in Black women? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not sure what Taraji had a lot of things going on. I think she got some trauma from as a child, like anger. Mm-hmm. I don't know where that anger come from. What happened? That's a piece that's in it too. But then just that obsessiveness that she had at the end. Again, we as Black women don't talk about that a lot. We talk about self-care and depression, anxiety, but we don't talk about that other stuff. Anger, right? And what that means and how it's presented.
Yeah.
And how she was like, I don't need to see no counselor. Sis, really? Or even how her family was guiding her to be like, I think when they were getting married, her ex-husband and the new girl, the family came to her house and literally had to block her in the house. Mm-hmm. That's a problem, sis. That she cannot control her emotions and her rage, or period. It doesn't matter what emotion it was. You can't control your emotions enough not to do harm to yourself or others.
Right.
That's a mental illness.
Yeah.
It's something going on there.
It's called acrimony.
And I get it, right? But also we didn't say he gave her $10 million too.
He did.
That's plenty to retire.
Look, thank you.
Honestly, low key, she had to get lawyers for. I'm like, I need 3 more.
Exactly.
I just asked. I need 3 more house in this, and then you never gonna see me again, honey. And I think he would have gave it to her.
Yeah.
Do you know, but then she went ticky.
Look, I need a penthouse next to yours.
Yes.
I need the same car that she got.
Yeah, exactly. But that's Nyambi. Good luck to you. You can invite me to the wedding, honey. Blessings. But it was something to me as a woman, like, fuck. As soon as I done let this nigga go, he done messed around and did fucking right. Fuck that.
Because he in his caterpillar phase.
But we don't know acrimony part 2. What's gonna happen when he blow this money? Right? Because he didn't have any discipline before. And money don't change that. Mm-hmm. So if you don't have no discipline when you broke, just because you get money, that don't mean you're not gonna be physically disciplined. You just buy bigger things now. So we can do acrimony part 2 when he blow all this shit up.
If he ain't dead already.
Oh yeah, he might be dead, honey. Or we can just do a different person. There's a lot of scenes for acrimony. That's what I think I want this movie to be, where it's like multiple acrimonies, and it's just different perspectives. Yeah, that'd be juicy, honey.
Yeah, that would.
What? But I recommend you seeing it. I will put it in the cult classic.
Yeah, there's a nice little black coca
classic. But y'all can't be so it ain't gonna be an Ava DuVernay. They're not gonna give you Queen Sugar. What's it called? Perfect Lighting. What's it called?
I can't even think about it. Magic Hour.
It ain't Magic Hour lighting and shit, but it's some shit you're gonna yell at the screen. And Taraji gonna be batting them eyes and twitching them real thick. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be good. Anything else about acrimony Nero's? Oh, did he start yarning? Well, we don't have a kitchen table talk today, but it's something I wanted to bring to the kitchen table, y'all.
All right, what we bringing?
We at the age now where we're not getting everything has slowed down. So it's no more baby shower invitations because everyone's kind of had their second or third kid. And, the second or third kid ain't as much problem circumstance. Usually you don't know the second or third baby here until you go to their house. And you be like, y'all had another kid. Who
When
is
y'all
this
have
nigga in
another
that
baby?
Who was that nigga in the corner? When he get here? And the parents be like, yeah, they got here a few months ago, that nigga. So, we at that phase with our friends, and where it's not a lot of weddings, but it's divorces. As we said, like, I haven't got invited to one wedding this year. This is the first year. I think I said this earlier in the season. This is the first year in 5-6 years?
Yep.
I have not been invited to one wedding this year. But I have been known. I've had a few friends call me, and I'm like, oh, how so and so? Like, I'm leaving that motherfucker. And I say, congratulations. I treat it just like a wedding. Good for you. And with that being said, in some conversation, I've been having a conversation with some friends, folks who are going through it, folks who are not, just outside, just women that I talk to and Kiki and trust, right? What's this idea of, do you keep the ring? So when you get divorced, do you keep the ring or do you give the ring back? Mm-hmm. That is the question I would like to bring to Kitchen Table Talk and flesh out with Niram and get Niram's opinion. Now, Yambi's opinion is abso-fucking-lutely always.
Always giving the ring back.
Nigga, bye. That is my parting gift. That is my deposit. That is my vacation fund. Hell, it can fund the divorce itself, but I'm not giving it back under whatever fucking circumstances we broke with. See, I said it's two things. So if you was a sorry ass nigga and you need some cushion and they ain't pay no bills, like I said, when they call me and be like, where's the ring at? I need the ring. I'm like, oh, bitch, the landlord got it. The waterman got it. Or if they did what they supposed to do and we did everything we were supposed to do, where's the ring? Fuck. In Jamaica, because that's where I'm headed to. Like, no. The ring is a gift. I think Judge Judy taught me that. You don't get gifts back. This ain't bot store. You can't exchange this. Because my thing is, now I go to like my mama, because I asked my mom her opinion on it, because she's like, well, when you get a nigga the ring back, what the fuck you think he gonna do with it? Look at it. He said he gonna pawn it and spin it. So why don't your monkey, my mama, she getting upset. That's what's wrong with you young bitches. That's what she told me. I said, well, I ain't giving no ring back. My mom cussed me. That's what's wrong with you young stupid bitches. What you giving them the ring back for? What the fuck you think he gonna do with the ring when he get it back? Pawn it. Bitch, you don't care about that ring. And then my mom, it don't matter what the fuck he says. He's going to pawn it. And that hit me in my throat. And she got angry at me. I guess someone had told her that they was getting a ring back. And she said, that's what's wrong with you young stupid bitches. Stop doing that. Don't you give that ring back. But I am a firm believer in not giving back the ring. I don't care if it's one of them play Kmart rings like they did on Teen Mom with Amber and Gary. I'm keeping it.
Fuck
and
that.
I'm going to see if I can return it to the bot store.
Nigga, see if you can get y'all ring back.
Go, Niram. So what's your opinion as a man? Well, y'all heard me, lady or gentleman. Hey, I don't care. I'm not I'm equal. Everybody keep it. Whatever gifts you got is yours. You split assets like the house and shit. I'm not giving you this ring back.
Well, I think
I'm not giving you a ring or any jewelry back, actually. And if you don't pawn it, just go melt that bitch down and make some new shit.
No, I think the only reason to give that bitch back is like if it's grandma's ring, great grandma.
I don't give a fuck who. It could be Princess fucking Diana's ring, because guess who ring it is now? You're not getting it back. I don't give a fuck if it's your grandma's ring.
Bitch,
What, you gonna give it to the next hoe?
Yes.
It's cursed now.
Bitch is my grandma's ring.
You're gonna have to smudge this.
It's my grandma's ring.
That's fine.
I'm gonna cut their finger off.
Go ahead, acrimony. You come through here with that. You come make better decisions.
Well, you know me.
You talking about grandma's ring. Now y'all be reckless, savage. Give a fuck.
Well,
Let's at the bond. Go see if they still got it.
Shit, the goal is always to get as much assets out of it. And the ring is something you can pawn and get some money off of it.
Yeah,
so.
And that's what I would do probably.
So
I wouldn't melt it.
So if you can get that bitch back, shit, why not? If she gonna get that, here, take this ring. I'm leaving you. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
That's my new. That's my new lease on life. You heard me? Shit, some niggas, going all extravagant and shit, probably still paying the fucking bill on it anyway.
Come on.
Shit, maybe I can get this bitch back and stop these payments.
Come on.
Do they still repo shit?
They don't repo rings. I don't know if you can do payment plans on rings. Can you? Like, I think that's charged to a credit card, and your credit can go into firm. I don't think they can repo the ring.
No, I don't know. Shit.
But you saying if it's their family heirloom, I don't give a fuck. Be careful, niggas. Be careful what you give, bitches.
I say if it's a family heirloom.
Prove it. Black people barely getting generational wealth. Prove it. Show me a picture with Nana.
But
With the ring
you know, in my famous words, get your money, king. If you can get that ring back and you can start your new lease on life, why not?
But that's what I'm saying. A lot of men that do that, I've been hearing that lately. A lot of men be like, yeah, I want the ring back.
You know, the thing is, I ain't gonna make a
Bring it
tiff
back.
about it, but you know, I might bring it up like twice.
How would you bring it up tonight? I mean, show me how would you do it.
First, what I'll do is I'll grease up my hands.
Yeah, you gonna have to snatch it off my fucking fingers because ain't no word you gonna say that's gonna convince me otherwise.
And then I'm gonna hold your hand.
No,
and
you can't
grease
do
up
that.
that finger
You can't do that
and try to snatch that shit
because as soon
off.
as we begin talking about it, I'm already locking it up in the safe.
No, it remind me of like people. I was watching something on YouTube, and how this dude was like, "Yeah, man, I went to a strip club, and the strippers throw my ring."
What?
Like the bitch, he's like,
He was that dumb
he's like, the bitch shook my hand,
and took it all right off of him.
and next thing I know, the ring was gone.
Gone. Was this his wedding ring or just a ring?
Just the ring on his finger.
Yeah, if it's gold, it make money. He can go get money for gold.
So look, I'll be learning those techniques from that stripper.
So y'all just clueless. But I don't know. Like, is there some type of new age feminine movement where we're supposed to get a ring back?
Yeah, y'all
Fuck
feminists.
Fuck that. Keep it.
You want to be
It's a
treated the
gift.
same?
It's a gift. Just as
Give
if
that nigga back his ring then.
just like if I gave you a watch or any type of jewelry or cufflinks, that's yours. I don't be like, nigga, where my watch at? That's what I'm saying. Like we don't be going back like, well, we want our watch, we want our cufflinks, we want all this shit back. Bracelet. We don't ask for that. But your niggas be quick to ask for a wedding ring back. You ain't getting this shit. Bye. And then I'm gonna make sure you ain't get it because it's not even in my possession anymore.
I'm gonna file. I'm gonna report it stolen.
Fine, you can do what the fuck you want to do, but I'm telling you who not giving it to you, and you better hope the investigator don't call me because I'm not lying. Period.
And then your ass going to jail for pawning stolen goods.
It is not a stolen good. I'll gladly show you this tired ass wedding certificate that I crumpled up and taped back together as proof that I was with this sorry nigga, or better yet, the divorce decree. He's crazy. But I don't know. That was simple to me. And I just didn't know if I was missing a movement.
You know, I feel like, divorce is a war. So, shit, you try to get
It
as
don't
much
have
shit.
to be war.
It don't have to be, but shit, you try to get as much shit as possible.
But
so you can start your new leaf on life.
I agree.
So if you can get that ring back, we'll get the shit back.
But it's
nigga.
other stuff that you can talk about. So I think any other assets you talk about, right? So I think houses is up, boats. I would even say stock. Like all that stuff is up for bets, right? We need to go to the court and let the judge divide this shit up, right? But ring on it.
But I
That's
think the
mine,
ring
honey.
is like a pride thing.
That's mine, honey.
It's like a punch in the throat.
Everything else we can divide up and we go to court. I give you some of my Silicon Valley stock, all whatever the fuck that is, right? Fine. But you ain't getting this ring back.
It's a pride thing. I gave you this, and it made you your most happiest day of your life, a quote unquote.
It's gonna do it again.
Quotes. I'm using air quotes here, y'all. The most happiest day of your life.
And it's gonna do it again when they cash it out.
And I'm going to take that bitch back so you won't have your most happiest day of your life
Soon as
ever
I go.
again.
I think it's even nice to go to a pawn shop because I can tell you where it's at. You can go buy it again.
Come on, my health is deteriorating.
Alrighty, y'all. To submit your Black Love story, go to blacklovematters.com. And to submit a question for Kitchen Table Talk, shoot us the email at blacklovematters.com. And to leave a comment about anything that we talked about today, you can do that on blacklovematters.com, SoundCloud, Stitcher, or any form of social media. Feel free to leave us a voicemail also at 508-784-1111. That's 508-784-1111. Talk to y'all later. And remember, love is ever evolving. Peace.
Peace.